Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the mat. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me today. Today we have a twisty grounding practice. So we'll be focusing on twists and also building strength and flexibility and mobility during the practice. As always, please listen to your body. Don't stress too much on how you look in a particular asana. Make your mat your safe space, a place where you can let go of how you look, what people think about you, and anything that is external of you. Make it your own space and just be yourself. Go with your breath and how you're feeling during the practice. If you need to modify any of the asanas during the practice, please feel free to do that. Or if you need to use any props and make that asana more reachable for you, then feel free to do that. Or if you can amp it up and add more variations, please feel free to do that. And if you do that, then please comment below and let me know what fun variations you added into the practice. I would love to learn from you. Take this practice at your own pace and have fun. Please do consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be extremely grateful for that. Your support means a lot, and it takes a lot of hard work to write a vinyasa, to create a new flow every week. And if I can hear back from you, if I can get some kind of reviews or response from you guys, it makes it more fun. So please do comment below, let me know your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate your support, and whenever you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. Thank you. We'll begin our practice today on all fours. Make sure that your palms are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. Engage your core, tuck your tailbone, and next breath, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone, and your shoulder blades move away from each other. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your back, shoulder blades move away from each other. One more, cow stretch. Next breath, lift your right leg up, your toes are pointing and your knee is in line with your hips. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your leg. Exhale, bring your knee to your chest. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, lift your leg up. Exhale, knee to your chest. Bring your knee back in line with your hips. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the mat. You're in a bear crawl position and hold here for 4 breaths. This is a very strong pose for your quads. Extend your left leg, coming into a 3-legged dog. Square your hips, squeeze your inner thighs, point your right toes. Bend your right knee, stack your hips and open to the longest side of the mat. Bring your knee into your chest and place your right foot in between your palms. Back knee comes down on the mat, untuck your toes, arms come alongside your ears. Open your chest up towards the sky. Come back to your low lunge, shift your hips back, extend your right leg, flex your right foot, fold forward into your half splits. Place your left palm underneath your shoulder and open your chest towards the left edge of the mat. Right hand points towards the sky. Back to center, come back into your low lunge. Bring your palms down onto the mat, shift your hips back and bring your right knee in front of your left. Sit bones come down on the mat. You are in Gomukhasana legs. Adjust your stance and try to work your heels towards your glutes. Arms come out in a T. Right hand comes below your left. You can bind it either once or twice. Inhale, open your chest up towards the sky. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, expand up towards the sky. Exhale, round your back. One more inhale, open up towards the sky. Exhale, round your back. Open your arms out into a T. Bring your right foot on the outside of your left thigh. Wrap your left hand around your right knee. Both your sit bones are down on the mat. Open your chest towards the longest side. Right hand behind your back. Taking a seated twist. Every inhale, grow tall, and every exhale, go deeper into your twist. Release, come back onto your all fours. Let's take that sequence on the other side. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, shoulders move away from each other. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, shoulders move away from each other. One more, inhale, exhale, come back to neutral spine. Lift your left leg up, left knee in line with your hips. Inhale, lifting your leg up, expand your chest towards the sky. Exhale, bring your left knee to your forehead. Inhale, exhale, one more. Inhale, exhale. Come back to neutral spine. Left knee is still in line with your left hip. Tuck your right toes. Lift your right knee off the mat and hold here for 4 breaths. Keep engaging your core. Square your hips down onto the mat. Extend your left leg, coming into a 3-legged dog, left leg up. Square your hips down onto the mat. Bend your left leg. Stack your hips and open up towards the longest side of the mat. Square your hips back onto the mat. Bring your left knee back into your chest. Place your left foot in between your palms. Back knee comes down. Untuck your toes. Arms come alongside your ears. Low lunge. Cactus your arms. Open your chest up towards the sky. Shift your hips back. Extend your left leg. Flex your left foot. Bend from your hips. Take a half splits. Place your right palm directly underneath your shoulders. Open your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Left hand points towards the sky. Release both your palms down onto the mat, coming into your low lunge. Bring your left knee in front of your right. Gomukhasana legs. Sit bones come down onto the mat. Adjust your stance. Arms come out into a T. Left hand below your right. Bind it once or twice. Inhale, open your chest up towards the sky. Exhale, take a crunch. Inhale, open up towards the sky. Exhale, round your back, take a crunch. Inhale, open up towards the sky. Exhale, open your arms out in a T. Plant your left foot on the outside of your right thigh. Wrap your right hand around your left knee. Open your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Left hand behind your back. Take a twist. Every inhale, grow tall. Exhale, go deeper in your twist. Breathe into your belly. Shoulders are moving away from your ears the whole time. Release your twist. Palms come down onto the mat and come back into your all fours. Engage your core. Check your stance again. Bring your palms of handprint forward. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips off the mat, coming into your downward facing dog. Work towards bringing your heels down onto the mat. Back of your neck is long. Lift your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hips. Work your right heel towards your glute. Your standing leg is active. square back towards the mat. Pull your right knee into your chest. Plant your right foot in between your palms. High crescent lunge. Next, exhale, work your left knee into your chest, transitioning into a one-legged Tadasana, and fly into your warrior 3. Place your back foot down on the mat, back into your crescent lunge. Dip your left knee down towards the mat, cactus your arms and open your chest up towards the sky. Release, come all the way up, straightening both your legs, arms still alongside your ears. 2 more of those. Take a lunge, open your chest up towards the sky, extend both your legs and round your back, palms meet in front of your chest. Inhale, open your chest up towards the sky, back knee comes down towards the mat. Exhale, straight both your legs, round your back, palms come to touch in front of your chest. Keeping your legs in the same position, open your chest up towards the sky with your cactus arms. Squeeze your inner thighs so you don't lose your balance here. Come back to neutral spine, bring your palms on your hips, pop your back foot slightly inwards, square your hips towards the front edge of the mat, pull up on the kneecaps of both your legs, hinge from your hips, fold forward into your pyramid. Keep pulling your right hip back and left hip forward, pull up on the kneecaps of both your legs. Halfway lift, place your left palm directly underneath your shoulder, take a twist in your pyramid, squeezing your inner thighs. Cartwheel your arms all the way up, parallel your feet, open up into your wide-legged stance, hinge from your hips, fold forward, take a wide-legged forward fold. Pull up on the kneecaps of your legs are active the whole time, back of your neck is long, your shoulders are moving away from your ears. You can work towards bringing your forearms down on the mat. Or if you have the flexibility, hold on the outside of your ankles and work towards bringing the crown of your head down on the mat. Halfway lift, open your hands out in a T and we'll take side lunges. Bend your left knee and hips flow towards your left side. Come back to center, right side. Come back to center, lunge towards your left. Back to center, lunge towards your right. One more, lunge towards your left. Back to center, lunge towards your right. And this time when you shift towards your left, rotate your left foot. So left toes are pointing towards the back edge of the mat. Left hand on the inside of your left leg, flow into your side angle. You can bring your top arm in line with your ears. Take a breath. Look towards your left foot. Push through the ball mount of the foot. Extend your left leg. Transition into your triangle. Next exhale, reverse your triangle. Both your legs are still active. Pull up on your kneecaps. Release into your high crescent lunge facing the back edge of the mat. Take a deep breath. Palm the mat. Step back into your plank pose. Flow through your chaturanga but hold it in your halfway. 1, 2, 3. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Square your hips, engage your inner thighs. Point your toes. Bend your left knee, stack your hips. Work your left heel towards your left glutes. Take a breath. Square your hips back to the mat. Pull your left knee into your chest. Place your left foot in between your palms, high crescent lunge. Next exhale, come into your one-legged Tadasana, bringing your right knee into your chest. Fly into your warrior 3. Exhale. Step back into your high crescent lunge. Cactus your arms, open your chest up towards the sky, bending your back knee towards the mat. Exhale, straighten both your legs, come all the way up. Bend your back knee, open up your chest. Exhale, straighten both your legs, your palms come to touch in front of your chest. Bend your back knee, open your chest up towards the sky. Extend both your legs, your palms come to touch in front of your chest. Squeeze your inner thighs and open up your chest towards the sky, cactusing your arms. Take a deep breath. Bring your palms on your hips. Pop your back foot slightly forward. Square your hips to the front edge of the mat. Hinge from your hips. Fold forward into your pyramid. Keep the back of your neck long. Keep pulling your left hip back, right hip forward. Squeeze your inner thighs. Pull up on your kneecaps. Halfway lift. Place your left palm directly underneath your shoulders. Take a twist. Parallel your feet. Face the front edge of the mat into your wide-legged stance. Fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift. Place your right palm directly underneath your face. Extend your left towards the sky. Pull up on the kneecaps on both your legs and the weight is on the knife edge side of your feet. Switch sides. Left palm underneath your face. Take a twist. Come back to center. This time bring your right palm on the outside of your left foot. Deepen your twist. Switch sides. Left palm on the outside of your right foot. Deepen your twist. Keep your legs active. Come back to the center and open your palms, hands out in a T, and we'll take those side lunges again. This time lunging to the left side first, back to center, right side, back to center. One more set, left, right, and this time when you come to the right, rotate your right foot towards the front of the mat. Transition into your side angle. My mic is in the way and if I am turning my mic on and off, I am so sorry. Look towards your foot and push through the ball mount of your right leg. Transition into triangle. Extending your right leg. Pull up on the kneecaps. Reverse your triangle. Exhale. Come into your high crescent lunge facing the front of the mat. Palm the mat, step back into your plank. Flow through your Chaturanga and hold in your Chaturanga. 1, 2, 3. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Square your hips and squeeze your inner thighs. Bend your right knee, stack your hips. Work your right heel towards your right glute. Standing leg is active. Square your hips back towards the mat. Step forward into your low lunge. High crescent lunge. Bring your left knee into your chest. One-legged Tadasana. Grab hold on the knife edge side of your left foot. Extend your leg. Take a standing twist. Release your twist. Catch your left foot with your left hand. Bring your right hand alongside your ears. If you want, you can stay right here taking a quad stretch or hinge from your hips, transition into a beautiful dancers. Release your dancers, coming back into your one-legged Tadasana. Left foot back down on the mat. Sweep your hands, bring them alongside your ears, sit into your chair, engage your core, and the weight is on the heels of your legs. Bring your palms to your chest, and left, bring your palms to your chest. Right elbow comes on the outside of your left knee. Take a twist. Make sure that your knees are in line with each other. Bring your gaze down on towards the mat, and slowly lift your left foot, coming into a twisted one-legged Tadasana. The whole time try to keep your twist. Engage your core. Keep opening your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Release into your warrior 3. Place your back foot down on the mat, cartwheel your arms and open up into your warrior 2. Engage your core. Check your stance. Reverse your warrior. Bring both your palms on the inside of your right foot, transitioning into a lizard. You can either stay right here, or you can deepen your lizard stretch. Bring both your forearms down on the mat. Take a breath. Come back onto your palms and rotate your right feet towards on the knife edge side of the feet, and bring your right hand to face the back edge of the mat. Take a hip dip. Come back to the center and repeat. 2 more times. Back to center. Repeat. 1 more. Back to center. And this time when you take your hip dip, stay here for a breath and slowly bring both your sit bones down on the mat. Now you are facing the back of the mat. Left leg is extended. Left foot is flexed. Right foot is on the outside of your left thigh. Wrap your left hand around your right thigh. Open into a twist. Grow tall in your torso. Twist from your belly and breathe. Bring both your palms back towards the front of the mat. You're back in your low lunge. Right shin comes parallel to the mat. Bring your hips down, coming into a pigeon. Either stay all the way up here, flex your right foot, or walk your hands and come all the way down onto the mat. Keep working your left hip down towards the mat the whole time. You can continue to stay here or come back up. Bend your back leg. Work your back foot toward into your left elbow crease. Stay here or bring your right hand alongside your ears and bind your palms behind your head. Keep squaring your chest towards the front of the mat, or that's the direction you want to work towards. Release the bind. Tuck your back toes. Palm the mat. Lift your hips. Step back into your plank. Flow through your chaturanga hold. 1, 2, 3. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. 3-legged dog. Square your hips. Squeeze your inner thighs. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips. Work your left heel towards your glute. Square your hips back to the mat. Left knee comes to your chest. Place your left foot in between your palms. Come back into your whoop, high crescent lunge. Exhale. Step up into your one-legged Tadasana. Don't sink into your hips. Grab hold on the outside of your right foot and take a standing twist. Release your twist. Bring your heel towards your glute. Grab hold on the outside of your right foot Left hand alongside your ears. Stay here or flow into your dancers. Release your dancers, one-legged Tadasana. Place your right foot back down on the mat. Sit into your chair. Arms come alongside your ears. Take a breath. Palms to your chest. Left elbow comes on the outside of your right knee. Twist. Look down towards your mat. Slowly lift your right foot off the mat. Bring it to your chest. You are coming into a twisted one-legged Tadasana. Flow into your, whoa, my right leg is shivering. I'm training, flow into your warrior 3, sorry. I'm training for a marathon and I have no strength in my legs. Place your back foot down on the mat, high crescent lunge. And I forgot where I was. Okay, high crescent lunge. Open up warrior 2. Adjust your stance. Reverse your warrior. Bring both your palms on the inside of your left foot. Roll on to your back toes. Lizard lunge. Either stay up on your palms or you can bring your forearms down on the mat, deepening your lizard lunge. Come back up onto your palms. Roll on the knife-edge side of both your feet and left hand comes facing the back edge of the mat. Take a hip dip. Back to center. Take a hip dip. 2 more. Come back to center. And exhale, hip dip. 1 more, back to center. This time when you take a hip dip, hold it. Bring both your sit bones down on the mat. Left toes face up, right toes face up towards the sky. Left foot is on the outside of your right thigh. Both your sit bones are down on the mat. Wrap your right hand around your knee and open your chest towards the longest side, taking a twist. Bring both your palms back to the front of the mat. Come into your low lunge. Left shin comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. Keep your left foot flexed. Release your back toes. Come into a pigeon. You can choose which variation of the pigeon you want to stay in today. If you are coming all the way down, keep working your right hip down onto the mat. Come back up, bend your back leg, work your back foot into the elbow crease of your right hand. Stay here or left hand comes alongside your ears. Bind your hands behind your head. Release your bind, palm the mat, tuck your back toes, lift your hip, step back into your plank, flow through your chaturanga, hold, 1, 2, 3, upward facing dog, come all the way back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, pointing your toes, 3-legged dog, right knee to your chest, place your right foot in between your palms, high crescent lunge. Left arm forward, right arm back. Take your twist in your crescent lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs. You can bring your left hand alongside your ears. Right palm to come on the outside of your left thigh. Keep rotating your chest open. Back to your, bring your arms back out in a T. Dip your back knee down onto the mat. Extend your right leg and reach your right hand towards your left heel. Slowly open your chest up towards the sky. The whole time keep your hips squared. Come back into your seated twisted lunge. Lift your back knee off the mat. Cartwheel your arms. Open up warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Back to warrior 2. Pop your back foot slightly inwards. Place your right hand a few inches in front of your right foot. You can use a block here. Stack your hips. Flex your left foot. Stack your hips. Coming into half moon. Back to your warrior 2. Cartwheel your arms. Step back into plank. Flow through your chaturanga. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Upward facing dog. Come back up. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. 3-legged dog. Left knee into your chest. Place your left foot in between your hands. High crescent lunge. Right arm forward, left arm back. Take a twist. Bring your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Right hand extends over alongside your ears. Back, bring your arms back into a T. Dip your back knee down. Extend your left leg. Bend back. Reach for your right heel. Open your chest up towards the sky. Come back to your twisted seated lunge. Cartwheel your arms. Open up into warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Bring your left palm a few inches in front of your left foot. Open up into your half moon. You can use a block for your half moon transition. Release back, warrior. Warrior 2. Cartwheel your hands. Plank pose. Flow through your chaturanga. 1, 2, 3. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. Bring both your knees down on the mat. Cross your legs. Bring your sits bone down. And close your knees. You can either have your foot down on the mat, or you can lift your feet off the mat, coming into a boat pose. Take a breath. We'll hold our boat for 10 counts. You can choose your variation, feet down on the mat, legs bent or extended. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your boat. Hug your knees into your chest. We have a last bit of core work and a back bend, and we are done with the Vinyasa. Roll all the way back down on the mat. You can bring your arms out in a T. Lift your feet, and your knees are directly stacked over your hips. We'll take our windshield wiper hip dips, not hip dips, knee dips. Your legs are in 90 degree. Take a breath. Keep your feet glued together, your knees glued together. Exhale, drop your knees on the outside of your left hip. Come all the way to the center, drop it on the outside of your right hip. The whole time, make sure that your shoulder blades are down on the mat. You're not lifting your shoulder blades when you twist. Back to center, onto your right, back to center, onto your left, back to center, right, back to center. One more set on both sides. If you have time and you want to incorporate more core work, please feel free to do that and add a few more of this. Come back to the center, extend both your legs, point your toes. You can continue to have your hands out in a T. We'll drop one leg at a time. Keep your toes pointed. You can also bring your hands behind your neck and lift your shoulder blades off the mat. One more on each side. Back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Release your lower back. Bring both your feet down on the mat. Make sure that the weight is on your heels. Engage your lower abs. Tuck your tailbone. Lift your hips off the mat and squeeze your glutes. You squeeze your glutes and hips shoot up towards the sky. Adjust your stance. Bring your palms next to your ears. Exhale, push up into your back bend. Keep pushing the ground away from you and keep lifting the hips up towards the sky. Release all the way down onto the mat. And we'll end our practice in Shavasana. If you have a handstand, a headstand or any inversions or anything that you would like to add on to your practice, please continue with your Vinyasa. And also comment below and let me know what else did you add to the practice. I would love to know that. And towards the end, please consolidate your practice with a Shavasana. Take a second to show gratitude towards your beautiful body. Please don't take your body for granted. Lots of love coming your way. I hope the rest of your day or whenever you're doing this Vinyasa, the time away from your mat is just as beautiful as the time on your mat. Whenever you're done with your Shavasana, slowly open your eyes, wiggle your toes, wiggle your hands, do any movement that feels nice in your body and turn on to one side and come off the mat. I hope you had fun doing that practice with me, and if at any point during the practice if I seemed slightly out of breath, and I'm so sorry. My legs are giving up on me because I'm training for a marathon and I just ran yesterday evening too, and then today I had my own practice and then I was shooting and kind of my legs are tired. Running is not my forte, but I am very mindfully trying to do things that are outside of my comfort zone, and this is one of it. So comment below, let me know if you guys are doing anything fun or if you guys are doing anything out of your comfort zone. I would like to get some fun ideas, and I will see you next time on the mat. Until then, have a great time. Please do consider subscribing to my channel. I'll greatly appreciate your support. See ya.